Good evening. You must be wondering why I've come unprepared with a piece of paper in my hand. Because I realized I'm the least qualified person to sit on the stage. Forget about being in the dais. I'm least knowledgeable in this space. It only shows the persuasion skills of one gentleman who's sitting on the stage, that is Sri Dushyant Sridhar. When I spoke to him, and I did mention to him that, I understand very little about the scriptures, and I'm ashamed of that. But as I was thinking about it, I started wondering, why is it so? The only stories on scriptures that I know are the Amar Chitrakatha's books that I read when I was in school. And it was great in those days. I was thinking about the fact that every event that used to happen in school, the awards used to be Amar Chitrakatha books. And without that, I will be a zero on this knowledge. Even that tradition we have lost today of giving books as a gift. So I started thinking about, it so happened for me, how do we as a team prevent that the next generation does not have the same problem that we have? And this is a non-trivial problem that we are talking about. Heritage is a cultural legacy that we inherit from the past. This generation, we have a responsibility to nurture it and pass it on to the next generation. And that responsibility is on us. And how do we go about doing it? And again, I'll honestly admit here, I understood very little of Guruji's speech in Sanskritam. I don't know about you, but I understood very little of it. If 1 year later, if the same program happens here, hopefully it will, if 50% of the people sitting in the audience understand 50% of what Guruji spoke in Sanskrit, I think we have done a great job. I also think that there are 3 groups of people who have responsibility to ensuring that our cultural legacy is propagated. One is as parents. I think if we don't inculcate it in our children, who's going to do it? And today I understand there are lots of pressures and pulls in different directions, and this probably gets lost. So I think as parents, we owe it to the next generation, we owe it to our children to ensure that we pass on whatever little that we have, the importance of preserving it, nurturing it, and growing it. That's the first group of people. The second group of people are educators. Everybody who's doing some form of education have the responsibility and should have the responsibility of propagating this culture to the next generation. And the third, last but not the least, is corporate leaders. Corporate leaders in their own world are grappling with multiple problems of their employees, right? And they're trying a whole lot of things related to the overall well-being of employees. Now, well-being can't only be fitness. Well-being is also in the mind. And this is a great opportunity for corporate leaders to also use programs like this to their advantage of their own employees. Finally, I think it's my privilege to be here as part of this team, and I'm really looking forward to it, and really want to appreciate Desika Daya Trust and Sri Dushyant ji for propagating this relentlessly in multiple ways and multiple forms. May God bless you, and may this continue. Thank you very much.